welcome to Happy Guardian, everyone. I hope that you're having a fantastic Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, and everyone needs a little bit of a pick me up. So we're here to grow a positive community, and we're here to hopefully grow the community, to talk about Japan, to talk about how we can help each other, what sort of problems we might get into if we're in Japan, how to sort out those problems, and is there a problem with the sound? Of course. Hello. What? Yeah? Okay. I sound like Darth Vader. Awesome. Well, this is thankfully you have an awesome. Okay, okay, let's fix it.
Okay, changing microphones, everyone. Let's start all over again. Hopefully, this is better. Let me check in the chats. Let me know if it's better. Everyone, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Is this any better? Is this any better? I've changed. I sounded like Darth Vader, apparently. But what I was gonna say, what I was trying to say, and this is an exact example of what I was saying, is that welcome to Happy Gaijin. It's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week. We all need a little bit of pick me up, and we're all here to support each other. And we're going to be talking today about growing a positive community and hopefully growing the community and I think it's important to have each other's backs, just like Alan from Japan Ichiban, just calling me now and saying, "Hey Nathan, you sound like Darth Vader. You've got to fix that microphone of yours." But yeah, we're here to support each other, to help each other, and to ultimately potentially have a fallback or to have some sort of something in place so that even in the case that you are traveling around Japan and you see yourself in a little bit of a pickle, hopefully there's somebody from the community out there that can help. If not, I'm sure Dying Goal would be in Japan at some point or another, one of our community members. So, as always, let's. I don't know what happened with the audio there. I'll just keep it as it is right now. Maybe this microphone isn't charged up enough. I'm not very sure. But hey, let's see. Gerald says, "Sup?" And I say, "Sup, Gerald? How you doing? Hope you're doing well, by the way." And why am I not seeing? Okay, there we go. Sup? Frog Lady's in the house also, which is awesome, awesome, awesome. Feng is in the house also. Japan Ichiban obviously is in the house. Danny B, hey Danny B, how you doing? Uh, sounds like Darth Vader. Thing, it's okay. We're here. Coexist. The voice is heavy. Maybe it was all part of the plan. Maybe I was testing out the community. No, I wasn't. Little Big says, "How you doing?" Um, sound was not okay, but it's all been fixed now. Toada, hey Toada, how you doing? Living next to the black hole now. That would explain the delayed audio. Um, everything's better, thankfully. Yeah. The usual suspects gather to hear distorted voice of doom, 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 doom. I should have done it with a bad voice. Gerald is here, and I think I said it before anyway. Doctor Link from México, buenos días, ¿cómo estás? Espero que estés bien. Y si hablas español, entiendes español, tengo un canal en castellano, en español, que he empezado hace como una semana o hace unos días. Se llama Japón Tips. Búscalo. For those of you who don't understand Spanish, I've just said, if you understand Spanish, I've started a YouTube shorts channel called Japón Tips. Please only subscribe if you understand Spanish. Actually, you wouldn't be helping me, or you wouldn't be helping that channel out if you subscribe if you don't understand Spanish. Probably wouldn't be a good idea. But or if you're learning Spanish, yeah, it's been a very interesting adventure. This doing Spanish content because obviously my Spanish is a very a very high level. I would say native probably, but actually native in terms of speaking, but academically, obviously, all my academics have been done in English. So when it comes to technical words, very specific technical words, I have to think, and sometimes I make very, very slight errors. And I've noticed. So whilst I've been making these shorts in Spanish, I've actually been noticing, putting them through, putting them back, and listening to them back. Once I've published them, I've gone, hey, wait a minute, that's a wrong past tense or whatever. Like very, very slight errors. But I've been told by quite a few people that my pronunciation is pretty good. So hopefully it's all good, basically. Yeah. Greetings from snowy Brussels. It's snowing in Brussels. Brussels. Philippe, hey, much better. Wednesday, my dudes. And you know what? Because it's Wednesday, I have a Coke Zero. You know what that means. I still haven't set up any memberships on this channel. I'm still thinking about that. I think from what I gather, you guys want memberships. So I will probably set up a membership soon. I'm just trying to think what to call it and how to go about it, really. And I actually have a frozen Tokyo banana here, which is defrosting. So hopefully in the next 20 minutes or so, it should be good to eat. And yeah. Oh, yeah, it's Thursday for some people, isn't it? I was auto corrected. Thursday for Frog Lady also. So it's not, maybe I need to change the title. It's a conspiracy, Nathan. New DJI mic is announced, and now the old one breaks. I cannot afford a new microphone right now. Unfortunately, I cannot. I can't show you right now because it's set up over here. But over here, I don't want to move it. But I've just spent a lot of money on a 16 terabyte hard drive, so that I can have everything on there. And let me just demonstrate what I've been doing for the last few days. I actually got the hard drive yesterday. But I've been transferring all of these hard drives onto one drive, which is going to make my workflow so much better. Look, this one is 500 gigabytes, so I've transferred everything from there. This one is 1 terabyte. I've transferred everything onto that. This one is 2 terabytes. I've already transferred that. This one is 1 terabyte. I've transferred it. This one is 1 terabyte, and this one is, I think, 500 gigabytes transferred. So all that has taken all night to transfer. But it's going to be great because it means that everything's going to be in one place. It means that I'm going to be able to quickly reference and find content, which at the moment has been a hell. Because whenever I think, oh, I've got footage of when I went to this place, and I remember I took footage of that sign. I just can't remember what drive it's on. There's so much footage, but now it's all under one roof. So it's definitely a lot of your donations, a lot of your funds, etc. That help me, like Patreon, etc. has gone into this sort of thing. This sort of drive, which is going to just make my workflow so much better. And I really appreciate it. If it wasn't for your donations and that kind of thing, I wouldn't be able to do that. So that has really helped. Really helped. Expensive. Tell you how much it was. £1,000, guys. £1,000, but that should do me good for the next year and a half, I guess. So I shouldn't have to update or add any more storage. Plus, I have all of these empty hard drives now, which I can sort of like go through. So yeah, konnichiwa coexists. Great Spanish coexists. You think it's great? I appreciate it. Uh, Dr. Link will look for it. Awesome. Nathan and everyone. Hey, Star Jen. I was talking to Star Jen. I'm so excited because I am going to Team Labs Borderless with Star Jen. That's right. Booked and going. It's happening. Star Jen, me, her partner, we're gonna go and we're gonna make video magic and have loads of fun at the same time. Is the sentence structure of Spanish similar to Japanese? Absolutely, absolutely not. The sentence structure of Japanese is similar to Yoda. No, not really. Not really. I don't think so anyway. Um, It seems Portuguese is much more important than Spanish in Japan history and culture. Probably. I mean, to be honest, I've never really spoken Spanish in Japan. Once this guy actually made friends with a guy in Japan who was following me around was a little bit of a stalker because he heard me speaking Spanish and he wanted to practice his Spanish, and we became friends. And then he came over to Gibraltar where I live, and he actually came over and brought me a box of Tokyo bananas, which was pretty cool. Tokyo banana, frozen Tokyo banana is like ice cream banana. It is so nice, so nice. How's the new DJI gear, y'all? Was thinking about the Osmo Pocket 2. And the new Pocket 3 dropped. I would just go for the free. Spend that extra dollar, coexists onto the free, to be honest. The yen has been getting weaker and it's now nearly 190 yen to the pound. Really? Maybe something to buy on your next trip. I think, to be honest, I think this is fine. I just think that maybe it was running out of battery. I'm gonna try the other one just out of curiosity to see if that makes any difference. Let's try this one. This one's been charging. It's been 1, 2. Okay, let me try and connect it. Let's see. Do do do. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, let me change the microphones, and you can warn me, and Alan, you can call me if it's not working right. But let's change the properties, and I'm gonna try to see if this is working. Guys, is it working? Testing 1, testing 2, testing 3, testing 4. Do I sound like Darth Vader? Do I sound like Darth Vader? Do I sound like Darth Vader, or do I sound? It's fine. Awesome. So it's probably just that one was running out. Hey, dude, thank you so much. Well, I guess a donation is needed to fill the depleted coffers. So here it is. Can't anger the voice of doom. Well, the voice of doom was earlier on when I sounded like Darth Vader. Thanks so much, Jim Ross. Like I said, all of these things I put to very good use, to either getting myself to Japan or to getting myself to getting equipment to improve. And I don't foresee myself having to buy any new gear, to be honest. I think I'm quite happy with the gear that I have for the time being, for now, until I see something that I need. But at the moment, I am so aware of some of my trips that are coming up that are a little bit expensive, that I'm trying to be careful with my ding ding. So yeah. Good evening, everyone, from a snow-covered Netherlands. Wow, guys, it's snowing everywhere. It wouldn't, it's like 18 degrees here. It was 20 degrees here 2 days ago, but I have to say today we've had a really big storm. It was really, I got drenched actually. I really got drenched. I really got drenched. But yeah, super drenched actually. But hey, DJI gear is very good. The DJI is pretty good, yeah. I'm looking for cheap flights. What's a good app to get the cheapest fares? Ryder, when it comes to cheap flights, I would say that the best thing to do is to set up yourself alerts. For example, in Expedia, you can set yourself a route, and then you can set yourself alerts, and it will alert you when prices go down. And that will also give you an idea of if you should purchase or not. The same you can do with Skyscanner. I usually use Expedia. I think Expedia is pretty good, but just shop around really and use trusted websites, for goodness sake. Bojo Pigeon's in the house also. Hey, Bojo Pigeon. Video magic sounds fantastic. Ooh. So Planets is reopening in Azabudai Hills also. Is it? I didn't know that Planets was opening in that area. Planets relocation. Really? Team Odaiba closed. Team Labs Planets in Toyosu remains open until 2027. I'll look into it. I hadn't heard that, but I know I was under the impression that it was opening in it was staying in its location to 2027. But hey, cool. To me, it seems Japan language is very easy, but Genji Monogatari Japanese can utterly not be understood. It needs to be translated to modern Japanese. Yay! Está bien. Perfecto. Love hearing where everyone is from. Yeah, guys, quickly, very quickly, tell me your location, tell me your weather, and the time. Yeah, weather, location, and time. It's similar temperature to me, but it's summer in my city. Happy Gaijin. It's literally, I don't know what is the temperature now. Let's see. Hey Siri, what's the temperature? 17 degrees. And it's 17 degrees and it's 9 p.m. So yeah, welcome to winter in the Mediterranean, guys. Unpleasantly cold here in Texas the last few days. Flew in from California Monday night and it was 16 Fahrenheit. I don't know what the difference between Fahrenheit and all that jazz is. And Celsius. I get confused. Yeah. That's that. Okay, that's what I thought. Basically, Borderless is moving to Azabudai Hills, and obviously, yeah. Okay, for a minute I was like, what? That would be pretty cool. In fact, guys, I even have footage somewhere now on my new hard drive. I went to Azabudai Hills. I filmed a little bit in Azabudai Hills, and I even filmed the entrance to the new Team Labs borderless that isn't open, so it was pretty cool. Hey, it warmed up here, minus 23 Celsius with wind chill of minus 31. Flipping heck, dude. Sure beats the minus 45 last week. That is freaking crazy. Seriously. Florida, amazing. Dan, hey, when you are going to Team Labs Borderless, I'm going on the 23rd of February. Emperor's birthday. Ooh. Also, why is Kyoto so expensive compared to Osaka? You would think Kyoto is Japan sound largest city. Kyoto is not Japan's second largest city, if that's what you were going to say, actually. I think is it Yokohama or Nagoya? Second largest city. 9:20. It's snowing! Seriously, Japan? Japan Ichiban? You're gonna send me some of those photos to make me all jealous? California, 65 degrees. Wales, UK, cold but not snowing yet. 20 past 8 p.m. Awesome. Where in Wales are you from, little big sis, by the way? Danny B, temperature today was around 0. Okay. Streets were icy. Nice one. Couldn't leave the house without ice skating. Oh my goodness. I don't even know. I mean, obviously I know what that's like because I lived in the UK and obviously I lived in Wales also. And yeah, and I know when it gets cold, it gets cold. Cairns, Australia. Ooh, 625 degrees. That's nice. Stormy as hell and a mix of snow and rain. South Limburg, Netherlands, -3. You guys. Right now, beautiful California instead of annoying Japan. About -9. Wow. 20 degrees Celsius, New Zealand. Wow. Awesome. You know, I've always wanted to go to Australia and New Zealand. Just haven't done it yet. In Kelvin. We should all like give it in Kelvin. Windsor, England. Cool. Dan. Very cool. Wow. So complaints here about reading everyone's winter temperatures. I hate cultured, refined Kyoto people. They even look down on other Kyoto people living beyond Heian. What, really? Ah, Newport. Dude, seriously, you're in Newport. I actually lived in Pontypridd for my first part of my university years, and then I moved to Cardiff for my PGCE. So I lived in Ponty, in actually in Treforest, and I lived in Cardiff. So I know Newport. Kyoto is actually on spot 9 of Japan's largest cities. Most famous is another thing. And cool. Wow. Everyone is from all around the world. I love this. I love the fact that everyone's from all around the world. It's so cool that everyone's from all around the world. Um, so what I was going to really want to talk about is growing a community and helping each other out. And what's the whole point of the Ninja Monkey community? Why do I come and do this show on a Wednesday and on a Sunday on the Ninja Monkey channel? And the reason is because I honestly, the more that I create content, the more that I realize that it makes me super happy to help people out and to make people more confident travelers. I think there's a lot of people that are not confident travelers and they have a lot of worries, anxieties, and stresses about traveling, especially to a country like Japan that is so different and alien. And there's so many preconceptions and so many things that people expect or think will happen in Japan, specifically navigating and getting around cities, etc. And I want to really either debunk some of those worries or fears, or I want to put together a support network. In other words, Ninja Monkey, Happy Gaijin, that will allow people to feel empowered and allow people to feel more confident when they travel to Japan. All of my videos on Ninja Monkey channel are all focused on making a traveler a more confident traveler, making a traveler, more um, more knowledgeable in how to navigate some of the topics and some of the ways of traveling around Japan. And I hope that that's what I'm doing anyway on Ninja Monkey. I hope that people come onto my channel and they do feel more ready for their trips to Japan, whether it's packing or whether it's knowing some of the little customs, or whether it's knowing some of the gestures that you might expect in Japan, etc. That is my point of view. That is what I want the aim of my channel to be. Not just a channel about itineraries and tips, but a channel about a community of people that are like-minded, that love traveling Japan, that are knowledgeable in traveling Japan and can help one another. So yeah, that's basically my aim. And I would like to really continue growing this community into 2024. I'd like to see more people coming onto the streams, obviously, and I'd like to hear what your opinions are, and I would like to hear what you guys, what you think of the topics that I talk about, whether you agree or whether you disagree, or whether there's a certain way that you've done something that's completely different to me. For example, I've not stayed Airbnb, but I know that Alan has done a lot of Airbnb. And it's great that I have people from all sorts of walks in life and from all different types of travel styles here in this community, because ultimately I have one very specific type of travel style, and that is a solo traveler who has turned into a YouTuber, which has meant that now when I travel, even though I travel solo, I don't feel like I'm ever alone, because I'm always meeting up with other content creators, other supporters or subscribers, meetups, etc. Means that I'm constantly connected. So I am in a very different place now than what I was potentially 5 years ago. When I was traveling in Japan 4 years ago, I was a true solo traveler. I did have a few friends, but most of my trip, I would literally spend on my own, or yeah, pretty much spend on my own. I would catch up with people now and then, but now I feel like when I go to Japan, I am constantly meeting up people. I know so many people in Tokyo. I know people in Kyoto, like Lito, and I know Shogo in Kyoto, and I feel like I'm like wherever I go in Japan now, I can pretty much reach out to someone or somebody will reach out to me, and there's not a week where I don't meet anybody. So I'm in a very privileged and very blessed situation, and I count myself very lucky that I've made some incredible connections in the country, that people that really care about the country, that love the country, that want to support the country and promote the country, whether they're foreigners like Luke, Nomadic Gaijin, who lives in the country but loves the country and loves to promote the country, or whether they're locals like Mariko or Akiko, who are local Japanese people who also love their country and want to promote the country and reached out to me and have helped me so much. I'm super privileged, and I really want to make sure that I make that, that I actually vocalize how grateful I am for people like you who come and watch me and support me and allow me to make content. And your support is actually helping loads of other people, I think. Anyway, let's get back to the comment. That was a very long monologue, I feel. So I need a Coke after that, guys. Coca-Cola Zero, guys. And I wonder, oh, it's nearly brewed, nearly ready. Not quite. Okay. Um, let's see. With the home of Grand Theft Auto 6. Um, Largest city for the cost of for the cost of for the cost of living, I'm guessing, right? Let me just move this a little bit this way. Okay. It's a good. I'm actually English, born on the Isle of Wight, grew up in Yorkshire, but moved to Wales for university and just stayed in the area. It's very easy to do. It's super happy to be helped out. Yeah, I'm like seriously, and like I don't feel like it. I honestly feel like it's a joint effort because a lot of the knowledge that I gain is through you guys. You know who tell me. You know, have you heard about this? Especially on the Discord, a lot of you guys post articles, post a lot of information on there. I'm always reading. I might not be replying all the time because I'm editing most of the time when I'm free. I wonder why people visit Japan because people love Japan, dude. Japan is an awesome country. We're all here to help. Yes. What's the name of the Spanish channel? The Spanish channel is called Japón Tips. Japón Tips. But like I say, I'd rather that you only subscribe to it if you're a Spanish understanding and speaking person. I don't really want. You can if you want to, or if you're interested to see what my content is like in Spanish, feel free. I think me and you disagree on Japan to what I think so. Me too. I think traveling to Japan for a holiday is easier than living there. Definitely, I would say probably. Tawada, we love your opinions because we are just tourists. We have the tourist perspective, not the lived and worked experiences. And you have the Japanese perspective, which is like another thing, you know. Um, I have friends and I have a lot of connections. I think that it's important to define what a friend is. I think a friend is built on like effort, and friendships require work, require communication, and require constant work basically. Not in a bad way, but yeah, that sounds exhausting, Caroline. Nathan, it is your personality and hard work actually created this community, not an easy thing to do. Thank you. I think it was COVID that created this community, actually. But I really appreciate you guys who have stuck around. It really does mean a lot. And I think everyone here has such unique insights and such interesting additions, to the community. So being a tourist to a country is easier than living there, just like how New Zealand is for tourists and a local too. But New Zealand is way more laid back compared to Japanese culture. I can imagine. Dan, currently debating on whether to stay in Japan for 7 more days after a 14-day trip between mainly Tokyo and Osaka and head to China for a week. I mean, me personally, like I every time I get to the end of my trip, I would easily stay another week. So so yeah, basically it just depends. I think there's so much to visit and travel, and if you're going to be spending money, if you're going to go to Japan to China in the future, um, potentially as its own trip, maybe China deserves its own trip. I think that the world is very big, and I have been to many Asian countries. I haven't been to China yet. It's on my list, and actually at one point I was even nearly considering, and depending on my financial situation, it might still happen. I'm going to China with Oriental Pearl this summer for a little bit of my trip whilst I'm in Japan, heading to China. Um, but at the moment, I'm so set on completing the prefectures of Japan, including Okinawa, which is going to be a little bit of an expensive one, that it might be hard. It might be hard for me to do China this time. But I'm very fortunate to have made a connection with Oriental Pearl, and she'll be traveling to Japan to China quite a lot, and I'll be able to probably go with her in the future. Count me in. I'm loyal to the Ninja Squad. You were the first person that made my broke ass believe I could go to Japan. Awesome, man. That's what I want to hear, man. Appreciate ya and the money and the monkey gaijin networks. That's exactly that is a sort of comment that gives me the energy and the power that I feel that I need, because I've I've had a few comments like this before, where people have said, I've only gone to Japan because of the videos, and you've helped me feel confident, and that's basically what I want to do. I know what I do. Stay in Japan. Yes. Yeah, man. If you've traveled between those two places, I would really like probably try and do like more like rural areas of Japan. Some positive things came from COVID lockdowns, like this community part of. Actually, it's interesting. I actually think that obviously we have some people here that are the original COVID people, COVID people, the OG Ninja Monkey people that watched because of COVID updates and Japan border updates. However, I do think that things have shifted quite a bit, and we have quite a. I think the majority of people are no longer, like the COVID original like watchers, basically. COVID did two wonders for your channel. Hiko Simon led me to your channel during COVID. Yeah, really awesome. Nice one. I've never actually met him. We've chatted quite a lot. I was in a stream with him once, and we've actually never met. But I wanted to go to warm places here. Also Japan. I wonder if I should go to Okinawa. Dude, yes. I haven't been to Okinawa. It's one of my prefectures that I'm planning on going to. And absolutely, dude, why not? COVID club. You got COVID last week. I think, so many people have COVID and the flu that over here they're selling the influenza and COVID kit all in one, two in one kits. Yeah. You're a COVID OG. Nice one. Hey, this has turned funny, really. So my goodness, I have some LED lights in front of me, and even though they're LED, they're still freaking hot. Not like super hot, but enough to warm me up, Oh, and notice, check out my new I got this every time I go to Japan. I usually get a new plushie, and I usually get one from the Pokemon store, but this time I decided that I was gonna get a Super Mario All-Star Collection Mario plushie. So this has been my addition from this trip. Hi, I'm Mario. Subscribe and like. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's see. How's the Tokyo banana doing? It might be just about time. Still a bit. Is it too frozen? Let's see. Tokyo banana. Tokyo banana time. Frozen Tokyo banana time, by the way. It's a little bit frozen still. Mmm. I'm gonna give it another minute or two. You've met Hiko? Mm, okay. I loved walking through some farm area while in Ichikawa visiting the zoo there. Yeah, I like those areas too. You don't think you'll like it, but just, I think Okinawa might be a place more just to relax rather than to worry too much about the people. Nishad, hey Nishad, how you doing? Twice. How? Where? Tell me. Explain. This is live. Yes, this is live. Nishad, welcome to the chat, and thank you for being here. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know, give me some information, some background information. so that we can get to know you a little bit better. We do this show twice a week. I make a live stream on a Wednesday here on Happy Gaijin, and a live stream on a Sunday on Ninja Monkey. So feel free to add it to your calendar. Do you count the Kuril Islands as part of Japan to complete your trip? Has Japan claimed the islands even though Russia controls it? Well, what prefecture do they belong to? Hmm? Basically, I'd love to meet you when I'm there in spring. You never know. Um, Nathan gets his own personal Chinese language translator. Although I found channel through COVID, I don't consider myself OG, just an early adapter. Okay, cool. I'm so confused about these cards for traveling and difference between IC cards and travel cards. Okay, look, guys. Right. I'm gonna have to make a video about this at some point because there's too many questions. These are some IC cards. I have Suica, which is arguably the most popular one, but really they all operate exactly the same way, right? I have a Passimo and a Manaka, and I have some other ones actually. I just don't know where I put them, but they all operate in exactly the same fashion. They're all interchangeable. You can top up these cards in exactly the same places across Japan. The only difference, they're used for transit, for transportation within intercity mainly. So for getting onto the subway, a lot of the bus systems, that kind of thing. Rail with inside the city or within a certain region usually. And they can also be used for purchasing things such as in convenience stores, restaurants, even shops accept Suica. I would say a lot of places accept IC cards, Passmo or Suica. And the only thing is that you cannot use this card, this IC card, to go on a bullet train or a Shinkansen, or some of the limited express long journeys. The intercity trains, long trains that take multiple hours to get from one place to another. Usually, you need to buy a ticket, a separate ticket, and that ticket. I don't know if I have one. Don't think I have one right now. But that ticket you can buy with a Suica. So you can use a Suica to purchase a Shinkansen ticket, for example. So you can actually buy a Shinkansen ticket with the Suica, like tap with the Suica to purchase the Shinkansen ticket. However, you will need a Shinkansen ticket specifically for a Shinkansen train. That's basically it. And when it comes to the differences, there are no differences. Um, Grab whatever one you can get hold of, basically. Actually, the only difference is that they usually come with different amounts of prepaid. So for example, or they usually have you have to pay a charge, like a fee to have it, which you can then um, basically hand it in at the end of your trip and you can get the deposit back. And different cards have different deposits, so that might be the only difference. And the other only difference would be that you can only return them in the area where you bought them. For example, a Suica, you can only return with JR East, I believe, JR East stations. You would not be able to return a Suica in Kyoto and Osaka. You would not be able to get your deposit back, which is something that might, like throw some people off. Suica is usually a 500 yen deposit. Some people, I think, keep it as a like a souvenir anyway, with 500 yen deposit. And the Suica, for example, lasts for 10 years. As long as you've activated it, you've used it at least once or topped it up at least once within the 10 years, it will remain active. Active. Okay? So I hope that has given you a little bit of further information about the IC cards. And if you do, and if you can, then I highly suggest that you top up your Suica, that you get a Suica on the Apple Wallet. I highly suggest. And for those of you who are having problems with getting your Suica on an iPhone, there's a few workarounds that you can do. I know that in the States, specifically, Visa is currently not accepted to top up and to create a Suica card. So, two things that you can do. One of them, if you're in the USA, you can literally create yourself a Apple card, I believe it is, which is a virtual currency card, and you can just top up money into your Apple card, which is free to do, and then you can use your Apple card to top up and create your Suica, your first Suica. Once it's created, you don't need a card. You can top it up from the phone directly if you want to, or you can literally go to the stations and use it the same as any card. You can actually top it up from the booths, from the convenies, etc. I don't, because I just top it up directly from here. The second way, workaround, if you don't have a MasterCard, is, or an American Express, is you can register for an account with Revolut, for example, which is an online, it's an app which is a travel currency app, and you can add money via that app, and it will create for you a virtual card which you can add to your Apple Pay, which then in turn you can top up your Suica. Anyway, enough about Suica. I hope that that's sort of like giving you some ideas of what to do. I'm fabulous and exciting. Excited. I'm glad you're fabulous, dude. Glad you're going to Japan, me too. Your videos are so helpful. Thank you. Your videos are, oh, I'm from Toronto. Awesome. Toronto. I nearly lived in Toronto at one point. I met him at the two J Vlog YouTube parties, one during Hanami and the one in autumn in the bar in Roppongi. Both times with Give Me a Break, man. Really cool. The Northern Islands are utterly meaningless to me, but the wacky far right wing is really upset about this. Ninja Hiko is normally quite open. Just let him know, and we'll happy to arrange to meet if he knows you. Yeah, I mean, I think what's happened a few times is that literally he's been in another country or whatever when we've tried to do it. Victor is a funny guy. Yeah, and also I communicate with him every now and then. So Nishad, is there a way I can connect with you offline? I have a few questions. Nishad, there's a few ways. Number one, that is that we have the Discord community, and you can ask questions on there. And really, 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 for direct connection with me, really, 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 usually, unless I reply to a comment on a YouTube channel, it's usually via Patreon, unfortunately. So, and you need to read the specific tiers, what each tier will give you from Patreon. Suica cards. Okay, so if you're in Android, then you can forget about what I've said. So, but maybe somebody else will find it useful. Dan H, is it worth getting a physical Suica card as safety net, just in case I lose my phone or have it stolen? Um, well, I think that if you lose your phone and or have it stolen, you're screwed either way. So, is it worth having? It's like saying, I don't know. It's up to you, I guess. But it's a little bit like saying, is it worth having a second phone just in case I lose my phone or have it stolen? I guess I don't know. You could probably still get a physical Suica card via japanexperience.com. Maybe, maybe. Nathan has done a video on how to get a physical card. I'll tag it in a minute. Thanks. Yeah. And there is a way to get a physical card. However, I want to make this very clear. Suica is only one card. I've said it before. Suica is only one card amongst many. And the video just explains how to basically get a Suica card. but really you can get a Passimo, a welcome or a visitor Passimo card from the airport. I don't think they're selling welcome Suicas anymore from Haneda anyway, as far as I'm aware. You can get the Toika card also in Tokyo. If you're in Tokyo, you can get the Suica via the method that I've said also. And if you go to Osaka or Kyoto, you can also get the cards from there, the different IC cards. So Suica cards are only available in a very specific way. It's really silly. I mentioned this before. Check out the video. It's all on there. If you check the JR East website, they tell you where specifically on the front page. A lot of people have been checking the wrong window. Yeah, and a lot of people have been going to the wrong place, basically. A lot of people have been going to the wrong place, basically. So, I want to move on to the next thing, and I want to start putting out some feelers. I'm going to be in London, actually, in on the 13th of February next month. The 13th is the Tuesday I arrive, and I was thinking of doing a meetup potentially on the 15th. Obviously, the 14th is Valentine's Day, and I mean, unless everyone wants to have a Valentine's date with me. But I was thinking of doing a meetup on the Thursday, on the 15th, potentially. See who is interested, who is going to be in London around that time, and who might potentially want to hang out. I'll start putting some feelers out in terms of London on the Discord and see if people are interested to meet me for a few drinks, a few pints somewhere in central London on that Thursday evening. And for Japan, potentially, maybe we could do a meetup when I'm in Japan. Although it might be a little bit difficult that week, I will definitely set up a meetup during my summer trip, for sure. During my summer trip, I have plenty of time to do a meetup. Usually, these shorter trips are a little bit more difficult, and I don't. I'm starting to tend not to, create a whole meetup thing. Caroline, so you're going to be there perfectly in time then. That is perfect then. You'll be able to join us on the 15th. Awesome. I will be leaving on the 18th. The 17th is my last day. The 18th I have to freaking be at the airport really early in the morning. And on the 16th is my friend's 40th birthday, and they have a whole day thingy. So probably 15th and the 17th might be the only days that we can hang out. Always happy to hang out with people that I know, especially people that I've met before. I always like meeting people first in a meetup in a group situation, and second, once I've met you once, then I'm happy to meet on a one-to-one basis. You know. So, by the way, I haven't actually said this before, but hey, how's it going? Only one night is in the house also. So actually, I also have a TikTok for those of you who are interested. I started this TikTok a while back. I just haven't been announcing it too much. It's at Happy Gaijin. I just put a little TikTok video out today, and slowly growing that community also. I just learned that really I wasn't creating too much. I wasn't creating shorts before, and I've started now in the last few weeks putting a little bit more of an emphasis on using the shorts platform, getting some of my main videos and converting them into shorts basically. So it's been a real learning curve, to be honest. Mm. I'd like to know your thoughts. Your thoughts on my shorts. Are they interesting? Are they not interesting? Actually, in Japan, you may like Oto Oto Izakaya in Shinjuku. My relatives dragged me to there, but it was actually really good. Well, this time round, when I go to Japan in March, later on in March, I will be staying in Asakusa. I'm not too keen on the fact that I'm staying in Asakusa. I think Asakusa is a nice place to stay if you're going to Japan for the very first time, maybe the second time. But after 20 something times going to Japan and Tokyo so many times now that that I really don't want to stay in Asakusa. I really don't want to. But it's the only hotel that I've been able to find. And on top of it, it's a freaking smoking room that I'm staying in because everything was so expensive that I cannot afford, literally cannot afford staying anywhere else other than that freaking Tokyo in Asakusa during the Sakura period because everything was ridiculously expensive. So, and I mean the next one up would be like and not up, I mean the next like location would be like double the price. I'll just have to put up with a smoking room for half the price, see how I feel after a few days anyway. So yeah, Asakusa is great, just not not what where I would rather stay. Well, no, I'd rather even in Shinjuku. I'd rather stay in Shinjuku over Asakusa. To be honest, that says a lot. Just Asakusa is a little bit out of the way for me. A lot of the people that I know are nowhere near Asakusa. If I'm gonna go and meet Oriental Pearl, she's gonna be a good 35 or 40 minutes away from me. If I'm gonna meet some of my other friends, also 35, 45 minutes away, it just sucks. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. This is what I signed up for. If I'm gonna go to Japan again in the spring, I need to do it on a budget. Holding out for a live stream with Jessica. I spoke to Jessica already. She's aware that I'm gonna be in Japan. So yep, that should be hopefully happening. Jesus loves you too, the nerdo. Jesus loves you too, I'm sure. Liking the shorts more and more. Thank you, Coexist. It looks fancy, does it? I think you can look for rooms in Asakusabashi or Kameido. Funabashi will be good too. Oop, what's going on here? Why? Oop. When you're going in the spring, I'm going on the 20. I arrive on the 29th, and I return home on the 6th or the 7th, I think, something like that. I'm a budgetish traveler. I'm not a hostel traveler though. I'm not a hostel like traveler really, but I am a budgetish traveler, I guess also. Did I look at the website of Toyoko Inn itself? Probably. I mean, you know what? After this stream, I might browse a little bit some more, to see if I can find a hotel that's a little bit better located. I mean, even if it isn't like in the most ideal location, as long as it's like a little bit closer to everything else, you know. March, April, yeah, yeah. Um, not excited to sleep in a manga cafe. Absolutely not, dude. I'm a 40-something-year-old man. I ain't gonna sleep in a manga cafe unless I am desperate. Wow. Guys, on Wednesdays, staying at a hotel or backpackers is not my style either. Has anyone been to that manga cafe hostel? Which one? Guys, I'm gonna start ending the stream. Usually keep things to about an hour on a Wednesday, nice and short, sweet and fun and great. I just want to remind you of a few things. Number one, we have an awesome Discord community with loads of people there that are really helpful, and I am hoping and wanting to revamp and give some love to Discord. I'm just a little bit busy with loads of projects at the moment, YouTube projects. So I might have to delegate to that to Amnista or something and just trust him and say, you do what you need to do with Discord. Web page also, I have somebody who's helping me with revamping the web page. I just feel really bad because I've just been so busy. I haven't been able to, I'm juggling the YouTube, the editing, the streams, and the traveling. So, and the filming. So yeah, trying my best. And having a normal job. So people reserve and cancel rooms all the time. There might be a non-smoking room available now. Maybe. I checked 2 or 3 days ago, so Mitsuru Gardens are nice. Yeah, they are. Thanks for the stream. I totally understand, dude. I did the capsule hotel thing once and just can't do it again. I'm someone who is cheap. I need a full room and a full my own bathroom. Yeah. I mean, I will definitely like keep an eye on that. And I don't mind staying like in a capsule hotel for one night if I know that I'm gonna be going out on a night out in a certain area and I'm gonna miss the last train or whatever. I don't mind doing that. In fact, I'd rather do that than staying in the hostels. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for your super chats. Thank you so much for your support and your comments. Please check out some of my content on Happy Guy Jin. Subscribe on this channel, like if you haven't already, and continue being a great community. Thanks so much. Stay positive, guys, and be a happy Guy Jin. See you on the weekend. Take care. Bye. Love you guys. Take care.